Now at 5, a head-on collision claims 3 lives. What authorities are saying about the crash and the investigation ahead. Plus, a celebration of history and art in Joplin. Our local museum is honoring an influential poet born in Joplin and the collaboration that helped shape the Harlem Renaissance. And a shakeup in Washington, questions about DOJ and government employees.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
3 people are dead after a crash involving a car driving the wrong way on Interstate 49. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. Happened last night in McDonald County, Missouri, near Pineville. Authorities say an SUV was southbound in the northbound lane when it collided head-on with a car. The crash killed all 3 people who were in the 2 vehicles. A 63-year-old woman from Bella Vista, Arkansas, drove the SUV. A 43-year-old man and a 33-year-old woman, both from Kansas City, Kansas, were in the car. All 3 died at the scene. A woman is critically injured from a crash on Missouri 171 in Jasper County today. Authorities say the woman drove her car into the rear end of a tractor trailer that was traveling at normal highway speed, about 65 to 70 miles per hour in the Brooklyn Heights area. The woman was taken by medical helicopter to a Springfield hospital. A male passenger in the car has moderate injuries. The truck driver was not hurt. In a meeting today, the Cherokee County Commission discussed whether elected officials in the county could give themselves a raise. This comes after the Cherokee County clerk gave herself a raise of more than $14,000. At a meeting earlier this month, commissioners say they were caught off guard by an unexpected raise given to Cherokee County Clerk Rebecca Brassert. We spoke with Brassert, who says she thought she was going through the correct process because it was how other county positions have gotten raises in the past. Commissioners say officials have given themselves small raises that the commission has approved via payroll, but never a raise this large. Commissioners asked the county councilor to look into whether elected officials could give themselves a raise without approval. The councilor says the county handbook indicates it's the role of the commission to approve salaries, including raises. Tonight on KOAM News, we're going to have more on what the commission plans to do to avoid this in the future. That'll be at 6. People can come by the Joplin History and Mineral Museum to learn more about Langston Hughes. Hughes, born in Joplin, was an African-American poet who discussed themes like inequality, and he was a leader of the Harlem Renaissance. The exhibit is called Harlem Renaissance and the Renaissance Man, and it highlights collaborations between Gordon Parks, an influential photographer, filmmaker, and writer, and Langston Hughes. The display chronicles the friendship and history of the two and their contributions to art.
There is a very vibrant Black history for our community, and that it's part of everyone's history.
Visitors can learn about Langston Hughes' life and work through April 30th. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney now for a first look at the weather.
Well, temperatures today got up to the upper 60s. It was sunny most of the day. We'd had some upper level clouds moving in. We've got a southerly breeze and we're going to stay pretty warm for the next couple of days. Now, we do have a few clouds that are on the way out, and overnight tonight, clouds start to disappear. We're having clear skies, looking really nice. We're in a ridge, so we stay in that warm up for the next couple of days. So tonight we're all going to be above freezing. Temperatures getting into the upper 30s, pretty light winds. And tomorrow we're reaching again nearly 70 degrees, and it is going to be mostly sunny all day. Clouds start to increase overnight Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning because we do have a few shower chances early Wednesday morning. It's going to be by 11 a.m. before clearing out, and then we've got another nice little break in the weather over the next week. Now I'm going to have a full forecast coming up.
See you soon. The AFL-CIO has sued the federal government over the email sent to federal employees over the weekend, asking them to submit 5 things they did last week or risk being fired. The directive has sparked confusion and pushback. Christian Benavides reports from West Palm Beach.
I thought it was great.
President Trump is defending an email sent to more than 2 million government employees, directing them to list 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week by midnight tonight.
By asking the question, tell us what you did this week, What he's doing is saying, are you actually working?
Presidential advisor Elon Musk warned it was coming, writing on his social media platform X that failure to respond will be taken as a resignation.
If people don't respond, it's very possible that there is no such person or they're not working.
But while a few agencies urged workers to comply with the email, a number of them, including the FBI and the State Department, told staff to pause any response for now. The Pentagon also opted out, just days after the president made major personnel moves there. He fired the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, C.Q. Brown, and the chief of the U.S. Navy. Democratic Senator Jack Reed slammed the moves.
It's the beginning of a very, very serious degradation of the military and politicization of the military.
Trump intends to nominate retired Air Force Lieutenant General Dan Kane to replace General C.Q. Brown. Trump also announced that conservative podcaster and former Secret Service agent Dan Bongino will serve as deputy director of the FBI under Kash Patel. It comes as thousands of staffers with USAID are now officially on administrative leave after a judge lifted a block on the Trump administration's plan. Christian Benavides, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
The second in command is traditionally a career agent, but Bongino does not have any FBI experience. Like Patel, however, he has been a fierce defender of the president. Today marks 3 years since the Russian invasion of Ukraine, tipping off a war that's cost hundreds of thousands of lives and hundreds of billions of dollars. Russia preempted the occasion with a fresh drone strike last night, which Ukraine says is the aggressor's single biggest attack. Some Western leaders in Kiev today are showing solidarity with Ukraine, and there are protests around the U.S. in support of Ukraine. Still ahead, often overlooked health risks.
It's American Heart Month, and a new survey shows some Americans have the wrong idea about heart health. I'm Michael George with the big risk factors many people aren't aware.
And disparities in detecting dementia. Those stories next in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, February is American Heart Month, as we've told you, and a new survey shows many Americans are unaware of some of the biggest risk factors for heart disease. Michael George shows us how we all can improve our heart health.
A few months ago, 56-year-old Pamela Kays started to feel sick at work. She was sweating, her jaw clenched, and her chest felt tight. As a nurse, she recognized what was happening and told her coworkers.
And so I said, ladies, I'm having a heart attack. And they said, really? I said, oh, yes.
Kays, who has a family history of heart disease, passed out during an EKG.
I was pulseless 3 times. I got compressions. I got defibrillated.
A new Cleveland Clinic survey shows many Americans aren't aware of some risk factors that impact heart health. 40% didn't know using tobacco harms the heart. 62% didn't know air pollution does too. And 90% weren't aware certain supplements and vitamins can affect the heart.
Many of us think about vitamins or supplements over the counter as natural, and some may even consider them preferable alternatives to prescription medications. But research doesn't back that up.
Dr. Ashish Saraju of the Cleveland Clinic says another little-known risk factor is sleep deprivation.
It has this cascading effect on the rest of your lifestyle. It can affect dietary patterns. It can affect exercise patterns. It can be a sign of undiagnosed sleep apnea.
Kays says women need to be just as aware of heart attack warning signs as men.
Women tend to get more subtle signs, like they might feel like they just have the flu. Sometimes people are nauseated and they're just very tired feeling, and they know something's not quite right.
She's grateful she caught the signs in time. She's now recovering and back at work. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Survey also showed many Americans skip taking their prescribed heart medications, which doctors say can be very dangerous. People with dementia who have low education or live alone often have significant delays in their diagnosis. A study in JAMA showed health services are lacking for people who are socially isolated or have less than a high school education. As a result, these dementia patients have poorer health when they're finally diagnosed, which can then negatively impact their prognosis. And people who use weight loss medications have a lower risk of needing hip and knee replacements later in life. A study published in JAMA looked at people who had success losing weight using weight loss medications. They found at the 5-year mark and the 10-year mark, the participants were far less likely to require joint replacement surgery than people who did not lose weight. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, a scam warning.
There's a nationwide scam targeting drivers. I'm Karen Waugh with a warning from federal authorities.
And warmer weather continues, but we also have some rain chances on the horizon. I'll have those details coming up. Well, it was a beautiful day. If you got the chance to go outside, you noticed that. Taking a look outside Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, you can see just mostly clear skies. We have some upper level clouds, but it didn't block out the sun. And temperatures today also got up to the upper 60s, which was amazing. Very beautiful. About 10 degrees warmer than average though. And we're consistently going to be in the 60s for the next week. Now let's look at that temperature trend. Yesterday we got up to the upper 50s, which was another nice day. We dropped down to upper 30s tonight, or last night, excuse me, and we're gonna be pretty consistent over the next few days. That's basically where we're gonna stay. 30s for the lows, 60s for the highs. Now we have a little bit of clouds moving through the area though overnight tonight, going to clear out. Temperatures dropping down again to the upper 30s. We've got a little bit of fog developing out in Oklahoma and southwestern Missouri as well. Not long lived and mostly just south of Miami and all the way to Veneta, going to see about a quarter to half-mile visibility through the morning hours, but again, clears out pretty quickly. Now, temperatures for the high getting into the upper 60s, about 69, 70 degrees out in Joplin, 70 in Miami, 68 in Parsons, 65 in Yates Center. We've got southerly winds, however, as we head into Tuesday evening, clouds start to push in after about 8 p.m. Temperatures drop down and we're going to see a front pushing through. So there is our cold front through Wichita, north of Yates Center. This is about 5 a.m. on Wednesday. It's starting to move through. Now right along that front, we could see a few showers popping up, very light, accumulating only about 1/10 of an inch max. Not going to be a big disruption to your day, but it is going to give us a little bit of a drearier day or morning on Wednesday to start off the day. Now temperatures by 8 a.m. upper 40s, low 50s, so we're going to be pretty warm overall, but the high for the day getting into upper 50s by 1 p.m., reaching upper 50s to about 58 degrees for the actual high around 3:30 in the afternoon. And then by 7 p.m., clouds start to clear, although the sun's already setting by then, so we may not get to see the sun too much on Wednesday, but by Thursday morning, sunny skies, winds out of the north. We've got a little bit of a cooler day in the upper 50s and low 60s with a start in the upper 30s. So Thursday is going to be back to being beautiful weather. Now, like I said, not going to expect a lot of accumulation with the rain on Wednesday, just a few light showers kind of drifting through our central and northern counties. Again, only about 1/10 of an inch. Now, following this system, we have another nice couple of days, Thursday and Friday, but winds pick up. Thursday gusting 20-25 miles per hour. By Thursday evening looking pretty good, but Friday going to be really windy. We've got winds gusting 40 to 45 miles per hour. So let's take a look. 70 to 71 degrees on Tuesday, looking really nice, sunny all day long. Now Wednesday, we have those morning showers and we saw a little bit of clouds throughout the day on Wednesday, but overall going to be a nice afternoon. Then Thursday, temperatures are starting off a little bit cooler in the mid to upper 30s, but the high for the day getting just about 60 to 61 degrees again because the sun comes back out, really gets the surface heated up. And then Friday, again, another sunny day, but winds pick up. We are getting up to just about 70 degrees on Friday, but it's going to be really windy starting about 6 a.m. and continuing until about 4 p.m., gusting 40 to 45 miles per hour. Now, we have a front that's coming through early Saturday morning, giving us some clouds, but no rain chances until Sunday night and into Monday morning. Now, the first thing that comes through is going to be a bit of a warm front Monday and into Tuesday, so you see those temperatures spike back up on Tuesday, but we have the chance to see some potential thunderstorms Tuesday night into Wednesday, although that severe threat is limited right now. So we're not expecting a huge severe threat, but could be our first little bit of thunderstorms for severe weather season.
Isn't it amazing that a week ago, it wasn't just below freezing,
it
was 0.
But we hit record lows a couple of days.
And it's 70 degrees warmer roughly now, or will be in another day.
I'm so happy about it.
We all are. Thanks. Hey, don't forget you can be the first to know about the day's weather with KOIM Skywatch weather app. You can get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone. It's absolutely free of charge. You'll find it in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Again, it's the KOIM Skywatch weather app. Coming up, a scam targeting drivers. Topping today's Consumer Watch, we've seen this scam locally and we've told you about it. Well, now it's appearing in states all around the nation. It tries to take money by convincing people they owe an unpaid toll. Karen Hu explains.
From North Carolina.
North Carolina residents are seeing that every couple of weeks, it feels like now.
To San Diego. Drivers across the country are receiving texts like this, threatening legal action if they don't pay an outstanding toll fee.
I've received it twice. The first time said that I owed a $6.99 toll fee.
Teresa Amaya got the text saying she needs to pay up to avoid a fine or even lose her license. She realized it was a scam.
Never used the toll road, so there's no reason for me to be receiving this message, obviously.
The fake texts are often sent from an international number and can include a link to pay. The Federal Trade Commission is warning people not to click on the link because it could be an attempt to gain access to your bank or credit card information. Scammers may also try to get personal information, like passwords and PIN numbers. If you identify a text as fake, you can report it as junk and block the number. Chrissy Hernandez did just that, but the scammers found a workaround.
When I block the number, they send more the different phone numbers. It's incredible. They have many phone numbers.
So if you receive a text and have any questions, experts say don't use any contact info in that text. Instead, reach out directly to your state's tolling agency with a number or website that you know is real. Karen Waugh, CBS News, Houston.
Now, recall Lions Magnus is recalling 4-ounce Lions Ready Care and Cisco Imperial frozen supplemental shakes over possible listeria contamination. The shakes were distributed to long-term care facilities. They were not for retail sale. This is linked to a bigger recall of products from the company's supplier, Prairie Farms Dairy. According to the FDA, the strain of listeria the products may contain has been associated with at least 38 illnesses and 11 deaths. And Captain America: Brave New World soared to the top of the weekend box office for the second week in a row, raked in more than $28 million domestically. Horror flick The Monkey debuted strong in second spot with more than $14 million, and family-friendly sequel Paddington in Peru rounded out the top three. Something for everyone. This movie took in more than $6 million. A final check of the forecast coming up next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, a town in Appalachia has offered people $20,000 to move there. How's it working? Then on KOIM News at 6, a closer look at the policy on whether county officials can give themselves pay raises. Plus, a Kansas game warden takes a suspect into custody after a multi-county pursuit. And Pitt State baseball tries to improve to 10-0. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOIM News at 6. Former baseball star Alex Rodriguez steals the show at Bucknell University. Look at this on the basketball court. During halftime, A-Rod is going to try to nail a stunning half-court shot, and boom! He does it, secures a $10,000 prize for a very lucky Bucknell student. The crowd obviously erupted as the former shortstop delivered the highlight moment of the night. Meanwhile, the Bucknell Bison, they had a pretty good night too. They dominated their matchup against Army West Point, cruising to an 84-53 victory. So a good night all around. A-Rod, the hero, once again, he's not even on baseball field.
Well, good night there and a good day over the next couple of days. It's going to be beautiful. Temperatures reaching nearly 70 to 71 degrees on Tuesday, mostly sunny. We do have the morning showers on Wednesday, though not a big disruption to your morning, just a few light showers, not accumulating much. And then we're back to warmer weather Thursday and Friday before a cloudy weekend and a rainy next week.
Felt like we were in the depths of winter a week ago and suddenly getting at least a preview of spring.
A nice little 180-degree turnaround there.
Bet. Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. And of course, we're going to be right back here for KOIM News at 6. See you then. Let's make it a great evening.